This is the Assistant Cemetary in Copenhagen. It was founded in 1760 as a reaction to an epidemic which claimed many deaths and filled up the graveyards. Many famous people are buried here, including the poet H.C. Andersen, who wrote The Ugly Duckling, and also the philosopher Søren Kierkegaard, who wrote Either Or. It is a beautiful and tranquil place, the perfect getaway in the busy city. It's a very atypical graveyard in that people come here to chill out, have a beer, and enjoy life. Enjoying life in a cemetery. I believe this is a beautiful thing, using death to celebrate life. As I walk here, I cannot but contemplate my own existence. The curious, miraculous fact that I get to experience the world, that I have a consciousness which exists in this mysterious, unfathomable concept we call the now. When I grew up to become a young man, I didn't concern myself with traditional values. Social status and norms were foreign and absurd to me. I would care greatly about the love and respect of those I loved and respected. But why would I put any stock in the opinions of people who didn't want the best for me? I asked myself. Why would I care about how you were supposed to dress, how you were supposed to act? It seemed absurd to me that so many people were so insistent on upholding such norms and traditions. Yet, when I questioned them, they could give no reasonable explanation as to why this was so important. I grew older, finished high school, and moved to Copenhagen in order to study. Copenhagen, where H.C. Andersen also lived and studied some 200 years ago. This is his grave, beautiful and simple. Now we approach the resting place of Søren Kierkegaard. Kierkegaard actually means cemetery in Danish. This is a family grave, and this great philosopher, who it means so much to so many, was only afforded a small note right here. Alas, he didn't even wish to be buried by the church, as he was quite opposed to their practices in his time. Slowly, my first symptoms of what would later become schizophrenia started to creep in. From the age of 20 to 24, it got worse and worse, and I slowly lost the ability to take care of myself. I didn't know I was suffering from an illness, and this was to some extent a result of the taboo, the fact that having such an illness or disorder was considered shameful. All my original philosophy got washed away by self-doubt and self-hatred. I considered myself a failure. I started to accept the norms and traditions of society and judged myself by them. I hadn't achieved anything. I didn't earn any money, didn't have a fancy car or a beautiful girlfriend. It hurt. But at the age of 24, it turned around. I got treatment, got the medicine I needed, and I could slowly start to build my life up again. I realized the folly of my convictions. Why had I suddenly started caring what random people thought of me? It occurred to me that life indeed is absurd. It is big, unfathomably big, and mind-bogglingly complex. And nobody has the answers. But I felt deep down that whatever the answer might be, it had nothing to do with social status, clothes, or any such nonsense. To me, that kind of thing is just something the powerful once invented to keep people in line, to form a hierarchy. I don't care about any hierarchy. Life is beautiful and cruel and full of love and pain and poetry and music and sorrow and the always present possibility of understanding something new, getting some new glimpse about what life is. Take this guy, Jonas Thomsen Sekier. He was only 22 when he got stabbed to death in a bar. We never found out why. He has this quote: "Not pursuing your dream is a violation against those who cannot even dare to dream." I think this is beautiful, and I think that it reminds us to pursue our own dream and not get stuck on the standards, norms, and traditions of other people. This is Natasha Saads' grave. She meant a great deal to me. She was a rapper and singer and a great inspiration to the whole country. She died in a car accident in Jamaica, but shortly before her death, She released a song called Give Me Denmark Back, which was a huge hit here. It reminded us to love our neighbor and not give in to the rising fears and phobias we see slowly take root here in the West. When I walk here, I see all these graves. All these people were once living, breathing, experiencing the now. And it was the now. Just as you are experiencing my voice in the now, even though I recorded it in the past. Or rather, I didn't. Because to me, of course, this moment right here is the now. And this huge, unfathomable thing, the now, is everything we will ever have. When I lost my father, I got a very deeply rooted feeling that life was either completely and utterly meaningless, or that everything, every little thing, was full of meaning. And then I understood that I was the one who got to choose which it was. And that is why I'm doing this video. That is why I'm writing, working, trying to express myself. Because that is what is meaningful to me. That is what life is about for me. If other people want to care about social status, they are free to do so. They can choose what life is about for them, but I will never again let anybody else's opinion about what life is get me down. If you ever visit Denmark, I highly recommend that you come to this place, the Assistant Cemetary. It is such a nice place to relax and think about stuff. There are all these nooks and crannies and small hidden places that you can explore. The place is like something out of a fantasy story, really. And for me, it is a great metaphor. Because death awaits at the end of life, and death is constantly happening all around us. And these graves are all around me to remind me of that. But rather than scare me, they encourage me to explore, to go on an adventure, guided by my own personal sense of purpose and meaning. Before I leave, I just want to thank Suffolk Blue and Stuart Gilbert for their support on Patreon. It means a great deal to me, it really does. You know, maybe one day I can pay my rent through ASMR. Now, wouldn't that be something? Anyways, I love all of you guys who support me through your kind comments. I still have dark hours from time to time, and you guys always cheer me up. Thanks, and much love. Bye. On my way home, I walked by a cafe where a friend of mine was having a coffee. He saw me and promptly challenged me to a game. So we played I Had Black, and I won. I cannot defend, but only attack. In other words, that would be air units. So I think I'm going to build some anti-air cannons in my bases. I guess building defensive structures in StarCraft is very similar to making pawn